Grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch. No, real women don't. 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 Real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Before I get into today's topic, it's been such a long time since this was ever discussed, and there's so many new people that are here. I just wanted to tell you briefly where the name of this podcast even came from, and then we'll see why it ties into today's topic about our children. But, a long time ago, I did a summit, and I wanted something that was really polarizing and would get people's attention. And since it was a summit that had to do with helping women overcome trauma, reputations, limiting beliefs, and past decisions, I came up with this whole thing about real women don't bitch, because I came up in an era whenever you used to ask an older person, how you doing? They would say, I'm doing good, child. Can't complain. Complaining never changed anything. Well, I got this raw and real personality. So for me, it was like, well, whining, bitching, complaining, whatever. And so, bam, real women don't bitch. And, being an entrepreneur, there's going to be so much stuff that comes up against you. You have to do more than have just thick skin. You have to have thick skin. You have to be resilient. You have to be solution oriented. You have to learn to ignore a lot of bullshit. And you're doing something that's completely different. And while you're going through all of these changes, you still have to figure out how to, sell and what's the best, place to go and to connect with people in the network. And did I make my product correctly? Did I package it right? Did I put the right price on it? And there's so many things that attack our psyche. And so that's where the podcast came from and where the mindset came from. So on any given day, past memories, spiritual issues, relationships with our spouse or significant other, our girlfriends, so many things come to a woman. And I'm not being stereotypical. I have a girlfriend who doesn't like the phrase that women are emotional. And I totally get why she doesn't like it. Not that men don't have emotions and they're not emotional either. But you and I, we all know that the connotation behind that statement is that women have a tendency to linger in those emotions. And I hate to say this shit, but they do. Men will have emotions, but they'll push that shit to the side. They may be a little irritable, not as easy to get along with, but they're going to do whatever they got to do to get it done. And so men will work their way through shit, and women will get totally distracted and be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. And so I hate to say that, but I watch it all the time. Men will be arrogant and just do anything for the sake of doing something, even though, unfortunately, it may not even yield the kind of results that they're looking for, but at least they'll know. and at least they'll learn. So anyway, today I want to talk about our children, because that is going to be a major distraction for women in business. And it's a little bit more sensitive now because a lot of women worked a job, then went home, worked to build their business, and they were already trying to figure out, how to do all of this and come home and help kids with homework or make sure dinner's ready, do laundry, stuff like that. Or even if they worked from home, a lot of them had some time when their children were at school. Now, for those of us who work from home and we homeschool, we don't really know what that luxury is in the first place. And right now, because so many people have started working at home, as well as working on their business from home, kids were pulled out of school across the nation, even across the globe. A lot changed. And so I don't know how you all are really truly holding up, but many of you haven't really paid attention to how this is impacting your children. Some of you kind of like, fuck it. His school is out, whatever they done. Who cares? Get your gadgets, stay on them, play all day, do whatever you want to do. But that doesn't mean that they are okay. And so my question for you is, do your kids seem clingy? More clingy than they usually were? And are you really paying attention to that? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I had a client, say, oh my God, I'm just, I'm feeling some kind of way because my baby is having nightmares and thinking about what if she has to fend for herself, and and she's already clingy, but I got work to do. But I'm also nervous and I'm struggling because I don't know how to handle the situation. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is this. Please understand that just because kids are not going through adult changes and paying bills and wrestling with clients and dealing with all of that, that doesn't mean that they don't have stresses. They're dealing with a new normal just like we are. Lord, it was so hard to explain to my children. They got it when they saw the yellow tape, or we would let them read the signs. But Mom, I want to go to the park. I want to go to the park. And then the parks are closed, or they want to do certain activities or be around people. And they're weirded out. And so they can't go everywhere they want to go. They can't do everything they want to do. Everybody's, don't touch this, don't do this, stand this far apart. So they're stressed out too. And even if they can't articulate it or things aren't being said, they feel energy. And a lot of you, you know what? I love you, but your energy sucks right now. And what you fail to realize is that whatever you're getting from your kids is a direct reflection of you bottled up in their personality type. Yes, please. And so I had to explain this to my one client because, she's pessimistic by nature. She's like, oh, if I do that, I can already tell he gonna do this. If I do this, then my customers, are gonna disappear or be mad at me. And so I know this from working with her. And I'm like, okay, slow down. I will always have to ask her, why does it have to be that way? What are the alternative endings for this story that you're drumming up in your head? And there have been times when I've been like, look, I'm telling you. As a coach, you can't really tell people what to do, but you can to a degree. And I'm like, I'm telling you to do X, Y, and Z, because 9 times out of 10, this is what's going to happen. And every single time to this day that she has followed my lead and done something that I told her to do that she didn't want to do, she was like, you know what? You're right. Fuck it. I did it. And it's okay. And so energetically, she's nervous. She's probably thinking, I don't want to catch corona. And, what if I die and I'm not here to take care of my kids? She is the kind of person that would think something like that. And so, we had this conversation and I'm like, look, I'm not even trying to be funny. Do you see how worst case scenario that is? You've got siblings, you might not like your baby daddy, but you got one. You have a mother. You may not like your baby daddy's mom and father, but why would your child be thinking worst case scenario of fending for herself? And so parents, I just really want to encourage you. I'm not going to be giving a whole list of specifics because every dynamic in every home is different. But especially if you're not as liberal as I am and you don't really go for this corona shit, We're not really restricting our kids as much as other people are. But if you are and you're not going anywhere and your parks are still not open and they're not intermingling with other kids and stuff like that, you are the new friend. You need to sometimes just look at your kids and do something goofy and make them laugh. You may not be a big TV watcher, but you're going to have to go ahead and watch one of those movies and sing all of those corny ass songs with them, sit in their room, play with their toys, give them attention, extra hugs and kisses, and tell them you love them, maybe buy their extra special treat or bake that one special thing. You're going to have to do something to soothe them energetically in the form of literal time. You have to turn up the heat on that and be sensitive to them, and don't force them to think or feel anything in particular, but ask them about their feelings and, reassure them. And please pay attention to what you're letting them be exposed to. These kids got gadgets and they can be on these apps. And if you've noticed on like YouTube or Hulu, they've got Corona ads, and this and stay away from each other and such and such and such. My daughter's walking around and she sees signs. She's like, look, mama, look, we got to stop germs, coronavirus, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, and she sees it. And so watch what you're allowing to be fed into their little minds. Okay. Because they're going through stuff too. And you're not going to lose any time on doing anything. Whatever time is that you consider to be lost, that time needed to be spent somewhere else. You will get that email series done. You will talk to those clients. You will record your videos for that course. You will write that talk for that online event that you're participating in. You will get it done. Okay? You will get it done. So I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. That's your food for thought. If you got any questions, chime in on any social media network where you're at. Don't forget, if you're in the Authentic Collective, come over there, and let's have a discussion about this. Let me know your thoughts, your questions, or, forms of advice that you have for other people. And let's just continue to hold each other up and look out for each other and continue to help one another press through these changing times. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces.
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire